What is up, guys, and welcome to the first episode of our brand new podcast where we're going to be going behind the scenes of our new show, Ghosted. So, welcome to Ghosted Behind the Lens, featuring me, Cameron, and my best friend in the entire galaxy, Rafael. How are we, Rafael?
Hello, how are you? I'm really good.
I'm also great, as you can tell by how smiley the ghost is.
Exactly.
I think before we get into the episode, it's only right that we play the intro. What do you think?
I think that's a really good idea.
All right, let's give the audience a cheeky countdown. Three, two,
Two,
one,
one.
go.
Okay.
Okay, guys. So on this podcast that we have decided, I decided to do, and Raphael has graciously joined me here. We're going to be talking
hmm
about everything about Ghosted, and when the show eventually comes out, I'm thinking probably start of September, or well,
hmm
throughout September.
Yeah,
And
I think that's a good idea.
on this podcast, what we're going to do with that is when the actual show comes out, how would you feel about us doing a watch along to each episode and then talking about it and how we did it?
Yeah, like we talk about the maybe the mistakes, how we could have done it better, what we think is great, etc.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
kind of like this podcast that they did for the behind the scenes of The White Lotus, where they would watch along after with some of the people from the show and then they'd
hmm
get their opinions on how it was to do it, what went wrong, what went right, or maybe something that was planned and then didn't happen, or something that wasn't planned that then ended up being in the final cut.
hmm
So that could be interesting, and leave a comment down below if that's something that you feel like we should do, because I think that's a good idea. I think you think that's a good idea. So I think that would definitely be something cool that we could do to keep it engaging with the audience.
Yeah, I think that's a really, really good idea.
All right, so I think what we're gonna do now is we're gonna give each other a few questions, and then if they're good, then we'll both answer them depending
hmm
on what the kind of outcome or whatever we think about that.
hmm
Should we get into that?
Sure, yes.
I was gonna read this first question, but it kind of
hmm
doesn't make sense in terms of this show. But I'm gonna read it anyway because why the hell not?
Yes.
What drew you to this story when I first told you about the idea of Ghosted?
Well, I think that because we're like so close and it's wait, can I spoil that it's based on a life story?
I mean, it does say in the
It
logo
does say it,
based
right?
on a
Yes.
true story.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yes. No, I thought it didn't say it. Okay. So yeah, because we're so close, I thought that because it's a true life story you experienced, it was a really nice thing that was coming from like the heart. It was something because it's something that you experienced, so you can really fully rely to it. And I thought it was also nice to not educate people, but to like um maybe send a message or do something like that.
Yeah, send a message to the people,
Mm-hmm.
and also I guess it's kind of a bit of a warning because I would argue that
Yes.
Snapchat is not a safe place at all.
Yeah, no, but we can talk about that in another video, right?
Yeah, we can talk about
Snapchat
Snapchat.
and
Yeah,
it's
we can talk about the issues with Snapchat safety features next time. But
But I guess they will find out
you'll
in
find
the
out in the
movie
show.
in the series, yeah.
Exactly.
The main problem is in the series.
Yeah, you
Mm-hmm.
guys will find out what the main problem is later on
Mm-hmm.
this year, this summer,
Yes. In
because
September.
according to the Americans, summer is in September. So
I mean it does end in September, no.
so yeah, well, I mean, especially on an island like Mallorca, it's kind of summer all
Mm-hmm.
year.
Where the story is based.
Yes, where the story is
Yes.
story is based.
Uh-huh.
And unlike our last show, Showrunners, and our first show, which I urge you not to watch because you'll die of cringing.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah. Please do not watch it.
but when you watch Ghosted, you're gonna see more of an essence and more of the island, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
because with last
Yes.
time, for anybody that didn't know, we actually did quite a crazy thing with Showrunners. We filmed that show in 2 days.
Mm-hmm. And not even full days.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Mm-hmm.
the first day we filmed from 2 o'clock till like 7 p.m. and then we started trying to look for the audio and then we lost a few
Yes.
audio files, so that's why the
Uh-huh.
audio is kind of choppy.
Mm-hmm.
And day two we filmed from about half two till about I think it was 8 p.m.
Yeah, 8:50, 8:30 or something.
in total, and then we went to the
Mm-hmm.
cinema to watch Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yes.
And
Which was a really good thing. After the day, we just, yeah, did
and
that.
And as some of you guys will know, if you've seen our old podcast, which is called Shocked, you should go check it out. Um, Me and Rafael used to go to McDonald's pretty much every other Friday, pretty much, and
Mm-hmm.
get a
I
Happy
remember
Meal,
that.
and we were hunting for the Pokemon cards. So
Mm-hmm.
we had to relive that by getting a big box of chicken nuggets and then watching
Yes.
a good
And
franchise.
and maybe if this video gets enough comments and enough likes, we may return to McDonald's
Yeah, we may go back
and
to
have
McDonald's.
a scene in there. That would be the best
Yeah, I mean,
thing.
yeah.
I mean, why not? If this video gets more than 25 likes, I'll pay.
25. I was
I'll
thinking 10.
10.
10. Okay,
Oh,
how about this? 10 likes and 10 comments, and we'll go back to
sure,
McDonald's.
sure. Yes. I will pay for everything. Don't worry.
We'll put a scene in McDonald's. We'll sneak it into the show as like a
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
post-credit scene on the finale episode. How about that?
That's a really nice idea.
10 likes, 10 comments. You guys get it done, and you'll see it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's hope that we can eat for the first time in 4 years.
Yes.
And for anybody that didn't know, just another thing. This October 4th actually, which happens to be my mother's birthday, which I accidentally released Showrunners episode 1 on. So that was by
Mm-hmm.
accident. But for anybody that didn't know, this October 4th will be the third anniversary of It's Not Over Yet season 1, the first episode. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a nice little thing for us, and also the 1 year anniversary of Showrunners the miniseries.
Yes. Well, we might release some unseen footage on that day. That would be nice.
What for Showrunners for It's Not Over Yet, or what?
Or for this show, like the bits we don't usually see in the series, maybe.
Oh yeah, we should do some BTS content. That'd be cool.
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
And just for you guys who watch the podcast, we will have some exclusive stuff that you won't see in the show or even in another BTS video that goes on YouTube. You guys will get to see the most BTS out of everyone because
Mm,
you guys, if you're
yes.
watching this, you're here before the show, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You've not come from the show, you're here before the show.
And we are really thankful for that.
Yeah, we're very thankful and we're very excited to
Yes.
do our third rendition.
And as you may have seen, this year for the series, unlike the other series, Cameron actually did some really nice like a whole graphic library for it. So this year will be even more better and have a real personality, I think.
And for anybody that didn't know, I keep on using that word because nobody really knows anything because it's all
Hmm.
in my and your brain. But
Yes.
for anybody that didn't know, this is actually going to be our longest show that we've done because It's Not Over
Hmm.
Yet was 6 episodes. What was it? Showrunners was supposed to be 12, then it got to 8, then it got put to 6, and then we ran out of time and did 3.
Yeah, I remember.
I mean, how long did it take us to film? How long did it take us to film It's Not Over Yet?
I'd say 4 to 6 weeks.
4 to 6 weeks on and off,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So yeah, this will be our longest and I would say most in-depth show because
Mm-hmm. I
unlike
agree.
It's Not Over Yet, where we would just put a tripod down and kind of
Mm-hmm.
film, we're gonna have some proper cinematography this time round because Rafael is gonna do a beastly job.
Obviously. No.
Bro is gonna go crazy with all of that,
Yes.
and I took last Saturday to put my AirPods on and write the show out of my heart from, let's say, a learning experience.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be easily our best show. Even if this
Yeah, I
show's
think.
show's
Yeah.
trash, it's still going to be better than the other two. But
Mm-hmm.
but
I agree.
we are going to try our hardest while Raphael's back over to try and do the best job that we possibly can for you
Mm-hmm.
guys and anybody that's a fan of our shows, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, should we move?
Okay.
Should we move on to the next question, or have you got one for me?
Um, I have one on on the budget actually, and how we are going to make it a really nice and well produced series without actually having that much budget, as big companies or big productions. So my question is, how do you make low budget look cinematic?
How do we make low budget look
Yeah.
cinematic? Right. Okay. So in Hollywood at the moment, the average film is about $284 million all in, including marketing. So just to beat Hollywood, the budget for Ghosted is going to be $800 million, guys. We've got outside
Wow.
investors.
That
We've been no need to
that's
go in
really
Shark Tank when we've got the fish tank
mhm.
right next door. Uh, $800 million, 400 each to spend on what we want for the show.
Mhm.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
The budget for this show is probably, I don't know, 50 euros.
I mean, we honestly we know how to do it without actually having a lot of budget.
But
I
here's the
don't think
thing:
it,
is
I
the
don't know if you can relate, but
yeah. I mean the It's Not Over Yet was I'd say that has the lowest budget in terms of
hmm
like what's the word? Production value? Yeah, production value.
yeah.
It's Not Over Yet had the lowest production value. Showrunners had a higher production value. I'd say that was a bit more
And
proper.
we invested in equipment.
I mean, rather than looking at it as budget for the show, I mean, if we look at the money we've spent on all of the gear that we use, I mean,
hmm
we're at 20,000 euros easily. Like, if
Yeah,
you
no,
include laptops, cameras, my
hmm
PC, my monitors, my Go XLR, plus all of your stuff,
Yeah.
iPhones are expensive, laptops are expensive,
hmm
like, easily 20,000 euros between us, but that's not on the show. That's just items that we use to make it.
Yeah.
So, I'd.
But yeah,
No, no, go, go.
even like what I thought when I wrote this question, I thought like, it's the little details that, make it a good production. Because I feel like, showrunners was like there's no feelings like there's it's not feelings, it's like there's no, like, let's say, tension behind it. Like
Yeah,
for example, the sound is just plain. It's just us talking, and then there's no sound effects.
yeah,
So for example, when we worked on a draft of another show, which we aren't gonna make, but I thought of using like a fan to like bring up the tension, or just like have some noise behind
yeah,
to,
yeah,
like,
yeah. Like proper sound design.
Yeah, like that's the background sound. Like, it's a good thing, or like, I don't
Exactly.
know, a washing machine or a shower or something.
Just make it seem more real
Yeah,
rather
like
than
real life.
a setup.
Yeah, like stuff that microphones would not pick up
Yeah,
that easily. I
I
think
see
that's
what you mean.
that's gonna be the main part of it.
Uh, I'm gonna say the word again. For anybody that didn't know,
Mm-hmm.
see if you can remember this.
Yes.
What idea did I come with you for showrunners? Why did I want to do that?
Showrunners. Um, it was to explain and kind of script how we made our series.
How we made it's not
No?
over yet.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
but yeah.
I mean, to be fair to us, I think we did the best job possible with 2 days
Mm-hmm.
and two people that couldn't really act.
Yeah, no, I think I mean I don't really want to say this, but it's not really our fault if some people were not being able to do their jobs properly.
To be fair, David did a good job.
Yo, no, I'm not
He was good.
blaming him. Yeah,
Victor
he
doesn't
came.
know how to act. Victor, if you're watching, I apologize, man, but you don't do drama. I did, right? So,
Uh-huh.
and Alex, I mean, if you're watching this, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, tell your mom to,
Yeah,
you
tell your
know.
mom to delete the video that she illegally took of us and post it on
Mm-hmm.
her Facebook account.
Yeah.
Gracias, Elena Valova. Gracias, gracias.
Mm.
Um,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, hang on. I've got a question here that I think will relate to what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So, question number 3 on here was: were there any shows or films that inspired you during development? And I think we had a call like June last year
Mm-hmm.
when I'd come back from watching the Amy Winehouse movie Back to Black, and I told you that that was the film that gave me the idea to do showrunners. I think
Yeah, I think I can remember. I can't fully remember, but I think I can remember a bit.
because I think I messaged you saying,
Mm-hmm.
what's a
Mm-hmm.
good cinema camera to buy?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because after watching that, I just had so much inspiration
Mm-hmm.
to do something like that. Because I wanted to write
Yeah.
a show for when you came over, and then that kind of
Mm-hmm.
gave me the idea for that. So I'd say that Back to Black, the Amy Winehouse movie directed by Sam Taylor Johnson, was a good film in terms of that. And I don't even know why, because it doesn't really have anything to do with the film industry at all, really.
Yeah, no, no.
But
But yeah,
I don't know. It just
I can see what you mean.
it was motivational, and it
Mm-hmm.
made me wanna do that.
Mm-hmm.
Any shows or movies that kind of inspired you or gave you any ideas for any of the shows we've done or didn't do?
Um, well, for showrunners, I can relate to the movie The Studio on Apple TV Plus.
Oh, hang on. Let's talk about this for a minute. If you haven't watched it, Apple did not sponsor this podcast. I mean, feel free to.
Yeah, no, no,
Um,
no.
feel free to sponsor us.
Yeah,
But
of course.
the studio on Apple TV Plus, written and directed mostly by Seth Rogen, is a genius
Mm-hmm.
depiction of modern day
Yeah,
Hollywood. It is brilliant.
I've only watched 2 episodes, but it's really, really good.
I mean, after seeing the show, I want to make a Kool-Aid movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's get that fast tracked at no.
Yeah.
Let's get that fast tracked at No Help Productions.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta make that a reality.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now that is a brilliant show. I love it.
Yeah, but I mean, it was after we actually done um the series, but I can still relate to it.
I mean, I watched I think 4 episodes before then this happened.
Mm-hmm.
And actually,
Yeah.
weirdly, as we're recording this, the final episode just came onto Apple TV Plus literally right now.
Really?
So that is weird that we were talking about that because I just got a
Mm-hmm.
notification on my cellular device, which has alerted me that
Mm-hmm.
the final of the studio, which got renewed last week, so thumbs up for that.
Yeah, I saw.
And an honorable mention to Argyle, which is a brilliant Apple TV Plus film.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Mm-hmm.
Right. What is my next question for you? How
Mm-hmm.
did the concept evolve from our first conversation to what it is now?
Oh, well, I'm not gonna spoil everything, but well, it started when you asked me for love advice on because well, we're not really I'm not gonna spoil the story, but Cameron asked me for advice on how to like talk to someone on, a specific app.
if if nobody's getting the hint, look at the ghost.
Yeah, and I mean they could sue us technically, but
I mean, it's technically a remodel. It's
hmm
technically a remodel.
it's a remodel.
The
Don't
ghost,
worry.
the ghost on the logo for Snapchat does not have a face.
Hmm
Only on the
Yeah.
app does he have a face. Hang on, does he have a
hmm
face? Nah,
No,
his
I don't
face is
think so.
different. His face is different.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah. Well, and then he was like, I had what I just bugged.
What
Um,
the?
yeah,
bro just
cut that,
bro just
cut
bugged
that,
out.
cut that in the editing. No, but and then he was like, "Yeah, I got a brilliant idea for a show," and then I was like, "Yeah, what is it?" I was really excited, and then he just told me, and I can't really spoil it because, yeah,
Because that was the one rule for this
mm-hmm,
podcast: no spoiling.
yes, no spoil. We'll see how we all hold up, but yeah, that's the rule.
No
But
doubt, knowing us, that the whole show will be spoiled before the first episode comes out.
yeah. Uh-huh.
So is that your full answer for that question?
Yes, because then I can't really spoil it with what we talked about actually yesterday.
Yeah, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm gonna say it again. For anybody that didn't know,
Mm-hmm.
uh, this was not the show that we were gonna be doing this year.
No, but I guess
You want to tell people what the first show we were gonna be doing was?
not yet, because if we decide one day to actually do it or do it as like a bonus episode,
Hang on,
like not,
you can say the project name.
yeah, Project Aquarius.
Yes, my boy
Yeah.
remembered. Let's go.
Yeah, well, we made the contract, remember?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So for anybody that didn't know, oh my god, that's gonna be the catchphrase for this podcast. For anybody that didn't
Mm-hmm.
know,
The podcast.
yeah. So the script was fully finished. We even had Halloween and Christmas specials written, and we'd
Mm-hmm.
made the logo. I was making the intro. I didn't announce anything on that, but we
No, not yet.
we were on like a call for like 5 hours, and we were then calling people to do casting. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, casting was the problem with that show. That was a very ambitious show.
Yes. And we're not gonna spoil anything right now, but the cast of Ghosted is a really good one. I think so.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the casting in Ghosted is limited, but it's gonna be
It's
good.
limited, yes.
Whereas Project
Mm-hmm.
Aquarius, I almost said the name then, um,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
was quite a big cast, and you know, like Rafael said earlier regarding budget and stuff, to do what we wanted to do with that would require me to be able to drive technically, because
Yeah.
there's so many places where we would have to go film and stuff, and maybe even somewhere that we'd have to pay to film. And at the moment, and also while Raphael's over, my grandma's over, so I gotta, you know, it's these things take a lot of time and effort and energy, and it just, especially without being able to get people that we needed to do it, it just wasn't viable.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Should we mention the other show we were gonna do after that?
Mm, Yeah, no, when I said that's off camera by the way, but when I said the show, like we might do an episode, I was talking about the guy with the shovel.
Oh, the other right.
Yeah,
So there
yeah,
was three shows before this one.
yeah.
There was Project Aquarius. I'll just say the name of the next
Uh-huh.
one. It was going to be called 7 Days,
Yeah.
and I don't know if I want to say this or not. When I was in England, I kind of had a breakdown, and it was just a bit depressing. So I messaged
Mm-hmm.
Rafael. He was really cool about it, and I said, "I'm happy to still do a show, but I don't want to do that one."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no.
So we still got that for another time or never, but we have that still in the back burner of projects to do.
Yes. It's like the bucket list.
And then before this one got fast tracked, you want to tell them what the one was before this?
Should I say the name?
Yeah, go on.
Wait, I can't remember the name. Buried. No.
Buried, correct.
Yeah. Yeah, the show we were gonna do before was is called Buried.
It was called Buried, and it
Mm-hmm.
was. I can't even remember what happens now.
It's about a guy who hides something and then I mean we won't spoil it because maybe we will make it one day, but
The prologue was the. Well, it looked like a guy was hiding a dead body, and then it kind of goes on what happens from there.
mm-hmm.
And that's all we're going to tell you because if that show happens,
Yes.
trust me, it's going to be worth the wait.
Yeah.
Because that's also an ambitious show, which we would need a
Yeah,
few more people
that's really
for.
ambitious.
So
Uh-huh.
with people then finishing school, maybe next year. So,
Yeah, maybe yeah.
but for now,
Mm-hmm.
we've got Ghosted, and it's gonna be good. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, guys, it's gonna be good.
Trust. Okay. I think this will be my last question because I have to go after.
All right,
I mean, is it, we did 27 minutes already.
all right. Maybe you do one question, I ask you one question, then you do one more, then we finish.
Okay, sure. Um, my next question is, what kind of lighting do you think best suits emotional or personal scenes?
Ugh. Okay, that's a hard one.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I haven't thought about that in a while.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the things I put as an answer for my Inspector Cool's mock exam.
Mm.
That's really hard because we haven't done that much in terms of these.
No.
To be fair, we did more of that on It's Not Over Yet than we did showrunners
Yes.
because we filmed all of showrunners in daylight, meaning that we didn't need to
Mm-hmm.
use lighting really.
Yeah, and I think Ghosted is more of an inside thing.
Yeah, Ghost is more of a
Yeah,
like the
to have
main stuff
more control.
happens. The main stuff happens indoors, but
Yeah.
we do want to do some scenes across different parts
Mm-hmm.
of the island just to kind of make it more make it feel more real really
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because the other two just kind of fell short on that front, I'd say.
Yeah. But I'd say 90% of the show is inside.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's a fair guesstimate.
Yeah, and how we could use lighting for like personal, it actually brings us back to the show we were gonna do before this one, Buried, because we thought of, well, I won't spoil it, but we thought of doing different techniques per episode, and it came to me that we could use only one flashlight as a light source in like for one episode only, and I think that we could actually use that for
Oh yeah.
this series.
Oh, and also for Buried, we were gonna. So Raphael watched Adolescence, and I think you liked it, right?
It's all right. I wouldn't watch it again because
I mean, I'd say it's
It's
something you could only watch once, really.
yeah, it's really obvious.
Yeah, it's so obvious what's gonna happen. I mean, for me, it was more interesting in terms of the technical perspective.
Yes, yes.
So what we were gonna do for one episode of Buried was do what they did in every episode of Adolescence, which was where they do one really long take and they can take the camera by drone in the air. So we
Mm-hmm.
were gonna try do a different filming technique, like you said, for each episode. So one of those was the thing you said, and then another one was gonna be that we do a wanna, which is the word,
Yeah.
which they also did in the studio on Apple TV Plus, episode
Yes.
2, I think.
I mean, there's also other techniques we could use as well.
Yeah, of
Like
course.
the one like behind the window or something that could be.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's actually a good one. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, I like, watching from outside,
Yeah.
Yeah, that I think that could be a good one.
Oh, I just thought of another show we were gonna do
Mm-hmm.
for showrunners. I'd written the script for 2 episodes of It's Not Over Yet season 2.
Oh yeah, well.
Yeah, we were gonna do the oh, you know the thing of where you choose what happens next.
Oh yeah, well, that was a bit complicated, no,
Yeah,
to
that's
do.
very complicated, but that would have been cool.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll do it one day.
Yeah, guys, maybe if this video gets 1.8 million likes, we'll make It's Not
Gosh.
Over Yet season 2.
With the original actors.
Yeah, with the original cast, guys, the 3 cast members.
Yeah.
Hell no, I ain't working with
Yeah.
Alex again.
Me neither.
Bro literally doxed my location and then disappeared.
Mm, yeah. Okay, do you have a question for me?
Yeah.
Mm.
Hang on, let me have a look. There's a few of these ones that Okay, I'm kind of gonna blend two,
Mm-hmm.
like 2 short ones.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think makes Eli a compelling main character?
Oh. Well, let me have a look at the script one sec.
I can buy myself
Because,
flowers.
wait, what's the question?
What do you think makes Eli a compelling main character?
Mm-hmm.
Who have we had as main characters? We had Jay, we had Ethan and Aiden, and then we have so we've had J.E.E.
Mm-hmm.
For anybody wondering where I got the name Eli from, Hawk in Cobra Kai, his name is Eli.
Oh, yeah.
That's a
Okay.
that's a good show for anybody that hasn't watched.
Yeah. Well, I think that Eli is a compelling character because he is like really relatable.
If
Like it could
have
it
you
could
just
have
chat GPT there?
no.
Bro,
No.
that was so obvious. Bro, bro.
No, yeah, I did because I didn't know what compelling meant.
Okay, what makes Eli a good main character? From your heart. Don't look at
Oh,
ChatGPT.
from my heart.
Yep. From your knowledge bank.
Mm-hmm.
In, as our history teacher used to say, juicy details.
Oh yeah. Mm, it's hard. I mean, it's that I guess you can say that like he's in like silence. He doesn't I mean, I don't want to spoil the thing, but it's like he doesn't really talk about it to anyone, and that many people do that.
Yeah,
Like,
I'd say what I think makes him an interesting character is he's so absorbed like
in the thing.
in the social
Mm-hmm.
like in the world of social media that he goes from finishing school like
Mm-hmm.
one day to then being absorbed the
Well,
with
yeah.
with the what's the word? He's filled with the love for this girl that he's just met, right?
Yeah.
And that's as far as I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a nice answer.
And the other question was, what do
That
you
yeah.
think? Oh, hang on. I was about to say something. Right, hang on.
No.
I was about to hang on. 1 second, people.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, okay. I guess that would be today's. Hang on. This podcast comes out tomorrow, so okay. Yeah, I can say it. It's fine. Uh, what do you think Sophie represents both to Eli and to the audience?
Mm.
Because I was thinking I was about to give it away, but that'll be
Yeah,
tomorrow's
but
character
I don't
post.
wanna spoil.
But what do you think she represents in terms of like a lesson to people? As in, what's the kind of metaphor?
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, is that the word? Like, what does she stand for? If that makes
Mm.
sense.
Mm-hmm. I think that she stands for that it could happen to anyone, like we don't know her identity. Like that's I mean, I don't know if that answers your question, but
I mean, I think that's good enough for now. We can obviously go a bit more in depth, but obviously
yeah, because I don't
try
really
not
want to
to. Yeah,
spoil,
try not to spoil it.
But it's that, it could happen to anyone, and it's just she's like one of millions,
Yeah,
you know?
I think she will represent a person or somebody to come in everybody's life. I think
Yeah.
everybody meets a Sophie, not as in the name, but what she
Mm-hmm.
represents in our
Well,
show.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think everybody will meet one, or you may even know one, or you've already met one.
Well, I know one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know my one, or you know a different one.
No, a different one.
See, this is exactly what I mean.
Yeah, that's what I meant as well. She's one of a billion of them.
She's Sophie in our show is kind of the real world representation of what people think a Karen is in not in
Mm-hmm.
like we've got our own term for something else which is Sophie, and then in the real world a Karen is like an older woman that's annoying, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
Sophie means something different in our kind of universe, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I that's what I meant to say.
So even my nan said that it made her think of what she was going through when she was in school. So that kind of
Yeah,
proves
that
that this
yeah.
story can relate to everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Because
agree.
for kids they're going through it or will go through it, and for adults it's kind of they can relate to this story almost exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I'd say other than episode one, so two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, they've been more dramatized than what happened. But
Mm.
the key story is still there.
Yeah.
And for anybody that's going to
Mm-hmm.
comment or ask who Sophie is in real life, you ain't ever going to find out, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Only Rafael knows, and Bill, if you're
Mm-hmm.
watching, you two know. Nobody else knows. Don't even ask. There's no
Mm-hmm.
point.
Yeah,
You
don't.
you,
Yeah.
you ain't gonna find out. What is your final question to kind of finish off this first episode?
Mm.
Make it a juicy one.
Okay. Let me think of one.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-mm-mm.
Tra-la-la-la, tra-la-la. Tung tung sahur.
Okay, let me think. One sec.
Is it you thinking or is it ChatGPT thinking?
He's giving me ideas.
He is giving. Bro, the teacher
Oh,
be like,
that's a really good one.
okay,
Hmm.
I'm a bit scared, but go on.
Do you think this story could have happened the same way without social media?
No, I don't. I think that's
Yeah.
almost impossible
Hmm. Yeah, I agree as
because you can't really hide behind stuff in person.
well. I mean, you can, but
It's very difficult. There will always
yeah.
be. You could be the best liar in the world, and there would still be
Hmm.
shows that you're lying.
Yeah.
To be fair, this isn't really a lying thing. I mean, in the show, there are elements of lies and deception. Not maybe not from Sophie, maybe from other people, but in terms of could uh, short answer no, long answer also no. I mean, it's just if you
Yeah,
meet
yeah,
somebody like I would urge you to try and meet someone in real life, unless it's somebody you already know. You got to be so careful, which is why I don't like Snapchat as a whole. I think it's dangerous. I think stuff that they let people put on there is wrong. Same with Instagram, really. There,
yeah. Hmm.
like I don't want to say the words, but you know what I mean. People show too much, and it doesn't
Hmm.
get taken
Yeah, yeah.
down. I'd say
Yeah, I
Instagram's
agree.
less dangerous, but I'd say Snapchat. I mean, guys, what are you
No,
doing?
Snapchat's the worst.
So
It's
the only reason I've still got Snapchat downloaded is honestly just to get material for this show.
hmm.
But yeah, I this what I would say is if you're ever going to ask somebody out, try do it in person. And if you don't know
Yeah,
them,
don't go behind the screen.
and if you don't know somebody that well, I mean, I would just be very careful. And I
Yeah,
would
because you don't
urge
know what
you
she's going through, what
exactly.
yeah, it's just yeah.
And don't always believe what people tell you, especially if it's on the news or if it's somebody that you've not met in person. You got to be 100% certain that these people,
Hmm.
are who they say they are.
Yeah.
Because this is it's kind of the reason why Omegle got shut down, right? I mean,
Yeah,
people,
that's yeah. I didn't really like Omegle. Like it's talk to strangers, but stranger danger,
yeah,
Kinda.
we were trying to do a video for Omegle once, and
Yeah, let's say we saw some uh-huh.
yeah, I don't. Let's say stuff that kids should not be susceptible to.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, just stay careful, guys. If you have any doubts, ask your parents or ask
Yeah,
your
and
good friends.
we will make a video about this.
Yeah, we can talk more in depth later on down the line.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you guys just just be
Stay safe.
careful, be yourself. Don't ever share too
Mm-hmm.
much information with people that you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, try not to unadd people on Snapchat that you want to stay in contact with.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
my last set of words for kind of describing what ghosted is: a random snap, a spark, then she's gone.
Wow, that's a quote. That's a quote.
And also comment down below who your favorite character that we've revealed so far is. So far we've got
Mm-hmm.
Mellow the Ghost,
Yeah.
who is in the logo. We've got Eli Gardner, who Eli is a quiet, sensitive teen who feels more at home online than in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Always chasing connection, even when it hurts. And then today's announcement, as of Wednesday, which will be up in 3 hours' time on Instagram is going to be the narrator. Let me find his description. The narrator is Eli's inner voice, honest, emotional, and quietly haunting. He says what Eli can't.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as of this podcast coming out, which will be so we're filming this on Wednesday, the 21st of May. This will come out tomorrow, which is the 22nd, which is the opening day of Epic Universe in Florida. Eh?
Wow.
But today's character 4, well, tomorrow when you're watching this, but today if you're watching it, tomorrow, confusing. Sophie, playful and intriguing. Sophie draws Eli in with her quick wit and emotional depth, but behind the screen, she's hard to pin down. Part real, part illusion, and never quite what she seems. I wonder who's playing Sophie, guys. See if you can guess.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching
Thank you so much.
first ever episode of Ghosted Behind the Lens. This is something different that we've not done before. When we filmed Shocked the podcast, Rafael was living 15 minutes down the road from me, and now we live in two different countries. So yeah, I guess one good thing about you is, you know, there's a big plus, right?
Yes. Same for you.
So thank you guys for watching the first episode of Behind the Lens. If you have enjoyed, please leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe. Anything else for you to say, Rafael?
No, I'd just like to thank you if you're still here.
Yeah, if you haven't got bored and clicked off.
Yes.
If you enjoy waffling, make sure to leave a like and comment down below. And remember, if this video gets 10 likes and 10 comments, we will be going to McDonald's, and hopefully by the time Rafael's here, spicy nuggets are back, and we will chug a box of those.
And there will be a scene in the series in the McDonald's.
That will be a post-credit scene of us in McDonald's Palmanova. So yeah, thank you guys for watching,
Thank you so much.
We will see you in 2 weeks' time on Thursday at 6 p.m. Central European time.
Yes.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
And thank you for coming behind the lens. Not just the bit of dust, but all of the BTS. And if you stay watching in the future episodes, there will be more BTS than will be in the show. So yeah, goodbye.
Thank you.